Hope you guys can hear my sound well. Okay, a very good morning to all the participants of this GitHub page design workshop led by GitHub veterans. The date is 18 December 2020, Saturday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. and the platform is Microsoft Teams. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here for a learning session. I'm Yongjae, a committee member of TARUC Computer Science Society, also the MC for today's workshop. So today's workshop is a collaboration between UTAR and TARUC, UTAR Sungai Long Campus Art and Craft Society and TARUC Kuala Lumpur Campus Computer Science Society. Before introducing our special trainer today, I need all the participants to scan and fill out the sign-in form. It is an attendance record. Okay, so I will. So let me introduce today's trainer. So Sammy Charlie, he's TARUC Computer Science student in data science, also TARUC Computer Science Society committee. He also TARUC GDSC event lead. He joined web development hackathon from Taylor University. Okay, so this is a short description about our today trainer. So without wasting any time, I will pass this workshop to the trainer, Sammy, today.
Yes, hello.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yongjae, for the introduction. Let me on my canvas. Can y'all see me? Pretty sure y'all can. Let me share my screen. Okay, so very good afternoon to everyone here. I am Sammy Charlie, the speaker for today. So today I am going to talk about GitHub page design. So the title for this event today, this workshop today is Let's Be GitHub Veterans. And I hope today I will be able to teach all of you the GitHub page design, and I hope everyone can learn something. So you all can see my screen, right? I am sharing this screen.
Yes.
Okay. So I will open a slideshow first. Okay. So today's event is going to be from 2 to 4. It's going to be about GitHub. So before starting the workshop, I would like everyone to know a bit about me first. I am Sammy Charlie from TARUC. So if you want to get to know more about me, you can scan the link tree here. You'll get to my GitHub account or LinkedIn account. So if you have any questions you want to ask me or anything you want to ask, get to know me, you can get to my LinkedIn account. I will be in the chat box in LinkedIn. Yes. So before starting today's workshop, I would like to show all of you the agenda for today, because I'm sure everyone is a bit unsure about what's going on this workshop. So the agenda for today is that I'm going to give you all an introduction about GitHub pages, and then I'm going to show a few professional pages that is done using this GitHub page. And then the interesting session for today is the hands-on practical, where I will be sharing all of you the Visual Studio Code about how you're going to code certain website, like simple website. And then at the end of this workshop, I will show you what you can do after this workshop. And then there will be another Q&A session with me. So you have any questions after the workshop, you can ask me. So for the sign-in form, I think they all sent in the group already, so you can sign in through the Google form. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so first thing first, about the introduction to GitHub pages, I will first tell all of you what GitHub is about. So I'm sure everyone here is not so sure about what GitHub is. So I'm going to talk about what is GitHub and why do you use GitHub. And then I'm going to talk about the GitHub pages. And GitHub pages, it is supported by the Jekyll and Markdown and also Liquid scripting language. So I'm going to talk about this few stuff first before starting the hands-on practical. Okay, so I'm not sure whether all of you is actually IT based or not. Maybe some of you have never learned anything about coding. So I'm going to start off with the really basic stuff about this website thing. So first thing first, coming through introduction about GitHub pages, I'm going to talk about GitHub. So what is GitHub? GitHub here is actually the largest open source code hosting platform. So GitHub is actually a platform for you to host all your code. It's open source code. So what does it mean when I say open source? Open source here means that everyone can view the source. So whatever code you upload into this platform, anyone can see the code. Anyone can download, anyone can view it, or they can even edit the code under certain circumstances. So largest open source code hosting platform is what GitHub is about. So you code something and you upload it into this platform and you can share it with your friends or can showcase it as your portfolio. So GitHub is actually supported by version control. So version control here means that the GitHub platform is capable of tracking your changes. That means whatever you code, it is able to track your changes. It can see what changes you have done, and they can keep track of certain different version of your code. So this is supported by something called Git. This logo here, Git. Okay, so Git is actually the system that helps GitHub to track changes of your code. Which means here it's called the version control. So why do we use GitHub? GitHub is actually for us to do collaborative work with our colleagues, with our group mate, with our friends, of anyone else you want to share your code with. So basically, it is a code sharing platform, easy access for everyone. So you can just share your code through GitHub to anyone you want. So anyone can see your code. So moving on, I need you all to know a few important terms before we start this workshop. So you might be very blur right now. So the only thing you know now is GitHub is a platform for you to share your code, to upload your code, whatever code you have coded, you upload into GitHub, and then we will share it with your friends. So now I need all of you to know a few important terms before getting into GitHub. So here are 4 different terms. The first one is repository. Repository is actually a central storage location which helps you to keep multiple versions and history of your code. That means this repository is actually like a folder in your desktop. You create a folder, and this folder is called a repository. So this repository keeps everything, means all your code into this repository is in a folder. It's actually a central storage location, a folder. And then moving on, we have branches. So what is branches? So let's say we have one code, the main code, and then we can branch it. You know, like the tree, we have got like different branch. So the main code is your main code, and you can branch it out into different code. That means different folder. Inside a big folder, you have a few different folder, but actually it's the same, but then they have like different version of your original folder. Yeah, I will explain more later. So, and then the third term here you should know is commit. So what is commit? So when we talk about commit, it's actually talking about commitment. Do you know commitment? When you commit into a relationship, you commit into a friendship, you commit into a society, you commit into doing something. So that means we are trying to put our work into something. This is called committing. So commit here means that individual changes to a file. It's like saving your game. So after we code something, so we want to save the code. Like after playing a game, we want to save the game. So we commit this game, we will commit this code by uploading it to GitHub. So after you make some changes to your code, you will commit your code to the GitHub. That means in here, it means saving your code to GitHub. And then the last term here is actually push pull requests and GitHub push and Git push and Git pull. This is actually like a upload and download concept here. So I will explain further about this later. So let's move on to the next slide. It's talking about Git branches. So Git branches, like I said just now, is like the tree. You have different branch. So if you look at this picture here, we got master branch, develop branch, feature branch, and feature branch. So you can have multiple feature branch and so on. So the master branch here is actually the main folder of your code. That means the master code of your code. That means it's the code that you want to show everyone. So right here you can see master branch is actually the production ready state, deployable and stable code. That means whatever finalized code you have done, it will be in the master branch. And then for develop branch is something that you take from your master branch and you put it into develop branch. And then in develop branch, we will have feature branch. So let's say you want to add a new feature to your code. You want to add something new to your website. You want to add something like a new function to your website. Like you want to add a chat box to your website, but you are not sure whether this chat box is workable or not. So we will create another branch called the feature branch. So let's call this feature branch the chat box feature. So let's say I am the master, I am the owner of this code, this GitHub repository, and then I have a friend called Jordan. Okay, I have a friend called Jordan, and Jordan wants to test out this chat box thing. So he will create another branch called the feature branch, and he will test out this chat box thing inside this feature branch. So whatever happened in this feature branch itself, it will not affect your master branch because it is something like extra backup to your original code. So Jordan will test out his chat box in this feature branch. It's actually the same like the master branch, but then it's like an extra code here. So when he tests out this chat box function in this feature branch and it actually works, it makes the website better. So he wants to add this code into the master branch. So he can put a pull request to me saying that, Sammy, I want to add this chat box new feature into this master branch. So I can review his new feature and then I can see, oh, it's actually workable. It makes my website better. So I will accept his changes and now add into this master branch. So this branching thing is actually very useful in GitHub because let's say you want to add something new, but you are scared of actually spoiling the original code. So you will have this branch, you branch it out, and then you test it out. You test it in different branch. Let's say we have multiple branch, we have branch 1, branch 2, branch 3. Then we just like test it out in different branch, and whichever branch actually works out, you just merge, you just combine into this master branch, and then your website will become better based on this new feature they have added. So like I said just now, I explained. So what is the function of Git branches is to develop new features. That is, you add something to your website, but you are scared that it might spoil your main code. So you use branch. And then not only that, you can also use Git branches to fix bugs. So let's say your current website has something wrong, something is wrong with your current website, and then you want to fix it, but you don't want to like directly fix the main branch. You want to directly fix the master branch. So you branch it out, you fix it first, then only you add into this master branch. Okay, so the last one is like experiment with new ideas. Yeah, basically what I explained just now. You have new ideas you want to add to your website, but you are scared that you might spoil the main branch. So you just create different branches. Then you can add into your master branch for your website. Okay, next moving on, I'm going to talk about pull requests, Git push, and also Git pull. Okay, sorry if I'm talking a bit too fast, but no worries, this session is recorded, so you can always refer back. So for the first one is pull request. So what is pull request here? Pull request is, like I said just now, let's say I am Sammy. I am the owner of this Git repo. I created a new project called the Xbox assignment. It's a new project, and I want my friends to that one's one. And then I upload it onto GitHub. Yes, and then let's say a random stranger, someone from Sarawak or Sabah, anyone from all over the world. That means it's internet, right? It's on the internet. So let's say a stranger saw my Xbox assignment website, and he thinks that this website is not good enough. He feels like it could have been better, or maybe he feels like the image is the sizing is a bit ugly, the website is not really that good, and he wants to improve the website. He thinks of another new idea to improve the website. So the stranger will download this Xbox assignment. That means this code I uploaded to GitHub. He will download this code down, and then he will make some changes to this repository. So let's say he added something new and it makes the website better, it improved the website. But then he is a stranger, I don't know him, but he added something new to my website and he wants to share this new thing with me. He feels like if he adds something new to this website, it will make my website better. So he can request me to actually take his new feature into account. So right here, this is what we call the pull request. So let's say this stranger is called this stranger is called Ali. Okay, this stranger is called Ali. Okay, Ali, he make a pull request to my repository, and then I will review his code. I will see what he has done. Okay, I will look at his code. I was like, oh, Ali added this thing. I think it's very nice. So I want to add it into my website. So I will grab his changes and then I will add it into my website. So what it means here is that when you request a pull request, you are requesting the owner to grab your changes and add into their main website. So it's like asking your friend, I added this thing, do you want this? It looks nice. Then I say, oh, it looks nice, I want it, then I'll take it. So this is called the pull request. I'll show you guys later, it's a bit confusing now, okay? But you all need to know all this term before actually going on to the practical part. So for the next one is git push. So git push here is very easy. The concept is like download and upload concept. Push and pull. Push and pull. You push and you pull. So when we talk about git push, that means you push your changes to the repository. That means you want to upload your code to the repository. When you pull, you grab the changes from the repo. That means you get it up to date. So when I push means I upload, and when I pull, that means I download. It's a upload download concept. I will show you guys later. So now you need to know git push is a upload and git pull is a download concept. So moving on. So the other day I was looking at Facebook and I saw this really nice meme about GitHub. It's actually saying git add, git push and git commit. So I've added like numbers here. If you follow the sequence, you are supposed to git add first, and then you git commit, and you git push. So what is this git add, git push, and git commit? What is this? So let's say you coded something, you made a very nice website, and you want it to be on the GitHub. So before actually going on this plane, you need to stand on the staircase first. That means git add. You add everything into the staging area. We call it the staging area. So let's say this stairs is actually the staging area. So you are saying that I am ready to add all this code to the GitHub. So I add all of them to this staging area, which means the stairs to the plane. So the changes are waiting at the staging area. So you wait here for the plane. And then moving on, we need to commit. So commit is that everyone already enter this plane. So changes committed. That means you all already get into the aeroplane. You all are inside already. So you commit. I commit into the plane already. And then after that, git push. Git push is, like I said just now, is upload. So everyone get into the plane already. So you are in the plane. So now everyone can get off, plane taking off, ready to send the changes. So these people here is the changes you make to your code. So they are now on board on this aeroplane. Then you commit and then you push. So whatever you do later on during the practical, what you have to first add and then you have to commit, then you push your code. Okay, this is the sequence. So easy thing here is like this: git add and git commit. So you add into the staging area and then you commit into the repository. Repository, like I said just now, is a folder in your GitHub. It's like a folder for your code. So git clone, I haven't talked about git clone. Git clone is actually when I upload a code to the GitHub and you need to clone it down. That means make a copy of my code. That means you clone it into your local desktop and then you add to the staging area the changes you have made and then you commit to the repository. This is the GitHub flow thing. Okay, so moving on. I hope all of you understand about GitHub now. It's actually just for you to upload your code and share your code with others. So the next thing I want you all to know is GitHub pages, because today's title is actually talking about GitHub pages, right? Page design. So what is GitHub pages? So if you all have background on the website, we all have been dealing with HTML5 and CSS all this while. And then our lecturer would often say you can host your website. Oh, I want to host this website. I want to host this website and so on. But you need a hosting service. So basically GitHub pages here is the static site hosting service. It is for you to host your website through GitHub pages, through your GitHub repository. So you created a repository on your GitHub and straight from your repo, you can just upload, can just host your website. And what is so special about this GitHub pages is the changes are live. That means whatever changes you make to your repository, it is live. Once you reload for a moment, that means you wait for a while, it will upload to the website and your friend can just access this website anywhere they want because it's uploaded to the website. I mean to the website, yeah. So basically it will host your website. So the easy thing about GitHub pages is that there is no databases, no servers. You don't need to configure anything at all. It is very user-friendly, just a few clicks and you can upload your website. So whatever website that you make, you just upload it through GitHub pages. Sometimes you don't even need to know HTML. Like I said just now, you need some IT background, that means some computer science background, like HTML5 or CSS to make a website. But then if you have GitHub pages, actually you do not need to know HTML at all. Maybe you need to know a little bit, but not so much. You just know a little bit and you can just create a website of your own. But how does this work without HTML? We use this thing called Jekyll. Jekyll is something for GitHub pages for your website. So what is Jekyll? Jekyll is an open source tool that transform your plain text files into website. So when we talk about plain text files here, it means it's just like normal text. Just by typing a few normal text, you can change it into a website. How interesting is that? Not only that, with Jekyll, you can also support HTML and CSS. So let's say I know some CSS and I know some HTML, but I don't want to code everything in CSS and HTML because it's too much of a hassle. If you have attended last week's GitHub workshop with Mr. Fauzal, with the lecturer from UTAR, you will see that HTML and CSS, they have a lot of text. That means you need a lot of syntax error. You need to know a lot of the syntax for HTML. But then with Jekyll, it's just normal text. Just type whatever you want in your website and it will change into a website easily. So what's so special about Jekyll? Jekyll support Markdown files and liquid scripting language to generate website that is ready for deployment. So in order to use this Jekyll on GitHub pages, you need to create Markdown files. Okay, so what is Markdown files? Markdown files is .md. It's an extension to a file, and it's .md. Markdown files is actually supported with the Markdown language. It is a lightweight markup language, which helps you to add formatting elements to your plain text. So it is better than HTML. It's a plain text formatting syntax. It is very easy to read, very easy to write, and eliminates the use of text. So this text here is the text in HTML, the tag in HTML. So you don't need all this tag in order to make a website. You just write whatever you want. Okay. Okay, one fun fact about Markdown files and Markdown language is that you have been using it all this while, but you did not realize that. So do you know that on WhatsApp when we type and you want to bold something, want to embolden something, embolden a word, you just put the asterisk sign. And when you put asterisk, this is bold asterisk, important notice asterisk. Please take note asterisk. When you asterisk it, it will turn into bold words. So this is actually a part of Markdown language. You have been using Markdown language all this while and you did not realize it. So this is a part of Markdown language, which I will show later. So moving on, I also talk about liquid scripting language. So what is liquid scripting language? It's actually also called liquid notation. It is an open source template language. It is written in Ruby. And normally when you see liquid scripting language, it is enclosed by these curly brackets. So this is like the example I will show later. This curly brackets here is actually the liquid scripting language. Okay, it's very useful. So it is used to include content from usable markup snippets. So it helps you include, can you see a percentage, include something, include something, include something. So I'll show what it is about later. So this is for you to include content from your layout page, something like that. Okay, so before we move on further, I would like to recap a little bit. So we talked about what is GitHub, what is Jekyll, what is Markdown, and what is Liquid. So I hope all of you understand. Actually, if you all have any question, you can also ask throughout this entire session. I can answer them. Like you don't understand anything, you can ask. I will be there to answer. Not necessary, you have to wait for the Q&A session. So I think that's all for the theory part of this workshop. So you need to know what GitHub is about. A few important terms like repository, branches, commit, pull requests, git push, git pull. And then we have got the git add, git push, git commit. What is GitHub pages? What is Jekyll? What is Markdown files? What is liquid scripting language? So once you know all of this, we will move on to the next section here. So before we move on to the hands-on session, I would like to show you a page that is made using this GitHub page and Jekyll. Okay, so I will open this website here. Okay, take a look here. This is actually a website made using GitHub pages and this Jekyll thing. Can you see how beautiful the design is? It's really simple, really nice. And you might think, this is super hard to make because like you have to code a lot of HTML or CSS styling, JavaScript, or whatsoever. But actually, this thing is very easy to make because of this Jekyll and Markdown thing. Okay, so this is an example of a website made using GitHub pages and Jekyll and also Markdown language. Okay, so before moving to the other part, I would like to show this is the repository of the website just now. You can see this this guy called David Freeman. He added this repository. Okay, so this is this page that he made. This is the main page and stuff. But actually, if you look at his code, it's actually very easy. This is the Markdown file, HTML or something. Yes. So this is his index page. That means the page I showed you just now. It looks so complicated, but if you look at the code, it's actually just here. Because they have been using this thing called liquid language, liquid, and also Jekyll. So you see, curly brackets, this is what we call the liquid notation. Okay, liquid notation. You just add like this and you'll get a very beautiful website in just a minute. Okay, so I've been talking and talking and talking, so maybe y'all have been really blur out or something like that. So I'm going to do this hands-on practical now. Maybe you will understand better once I do it and demo it to you. So for this hands-on practical time, I'm not sure if all of you have already downloaded the Visual Studio Code. I need a Visual Studio Code, I need Git Bash, and I need GitHub from your browser. So for this hands-on practical today, there will be two parts, part 1 and part 2. So part 1, I'm just going to teach you all a very easy thing, how you're going to upload your existing website to GitHub, and then you host it as a website to show your friend. And then we'll move on to this thing called Jekyll from GitHub pages, how you're going to make a simple website, just a few clicks only, you'll get a website immediately. And then for part 2, it's a bit complicated because I'm going to teach you how you are going to clone a repository, how you can commit to a repository, how you can edit it, and also build the website using Jekyll and Liquid. Okay, so for the first part, you need Visual Studio Code and Git Bash. Okay, so not sure if you're So I assume you all has already got your VS Code ready and your Git Bash ready, okay? So now I'm going to do the practical session and demo it to you all. Are you all ready? Can I get some feedback? Like, if I'm talking, I'm not sure if you all understand. Am I talking too fast? Any feedback?
A little bit.
I've been talking a little bit too fast. Okay, I can go on, okay? Ready, yeah?
It's
So
acceptable. Yeah.
acceptable, okay. So any question, please ask me. I'm happy to answer them. Okay. So maybe after this practical, you all will have more questions. Okay, because just now it's just theory based. Okay. Thank you for the feedback. Okay, so for this first practical part, I'm going to do the upload and host an existing website you made. So before we actually upload something, you need to have something to upload, right? So I assume some of you here have already known HTML and CSS. So I'm going to create a very simple website right now. So very easy thing. Just go on to your desktop, create a folder. My first website is what you need. Okay, you have got my first website. Then you just open a folder. Go to your desktop. And find my first website. Okay, open folder, my first website, select the folder. Let me open the chat box. Can we host more than one? Yeah, you can host multiple websites together. That means you can have few repo and you can host them together. Okay, so now you have got your folder. So easy thing, if you know HTML, the first thing is index.html. You create an index.html, and with the extension you got about the website. Okay, let's just create a website. Title, my first website. So this website is going to be hosted on GitHub pages. I want it to be on GitHub. Okay, let's say this is an assignment you made last semester or the previous semester. You have already got a website with you, but you don't know how to host it. You can't show it to your friends because it's local. Like, hey, I made this website, but then your friends like, where is it? Like, I can't show you. You must come to my house. You must view it locally on my website, or I can just send you the file, and then the file is going to be like very big, and then you can't share it on Google Drive, and it take a lot of time to even download it. The only solution right here is you host the website. Okay, you host the website. So let's say I made this website. This is a blog about myself. Okay. And then we have a paragraph. Hey, my name is Sammy. Nice to meet all of you. Okay. Then we have a break. I am happy that you are reading this blog post by me. I hope you can learn something with me today. Okay, so I made a website here, simple, very simple website. Okay, let's just assume this is a website. Okay, so I want to upload this thing to my GitHub. How do I do that? Very easy. First thing first, of course, you need a GitHub account, right? You need a GitHub account. So this is my GitHub account. You can sign up yourself using your Google Gmail account or anything you want. Okay, so once you sign up this GitHub account, you should have a GitHub account like this. So you come to repositories, you click new. What name do you want this repository to be? My first blog. Okay, this will be my first blog. Description is optional, what you want to write. This is a simple blog website I made to let people know more about me. Okay, so one thing you have to remember here is it must be public. Your repository must be public in order to host this website to using this GitHub pages. Okay, so you just create just like this. Put in a name, a description, make it public, and you just create it. So it will take some time loading it. Then it will ask you to create this README file, but actually it's not that important. So you just, when you come here, after you create, you click this thing again, my first block. Okay, I think it is up already. Okay. So, okay, now I need this upload thing, right? I want to upload something. So, right here, wait. It should say that here, upload an existing file. So, you upload your file. Oh, sorry. You upload your file. Desktop. My first website right here. Okay, so I created this thing called index.html. You just drop it in. Okay, so you uploaded your first website, index.html. So commit changes, like I said just now, commit is actually uploading. So I want to commit this file into my repository. So so I can write something, a message, initial commit changes. Okay, so processing the file, you have to wait for a moment. Okay, it's up. This is what I said just now, your repository on GitHub. Okay, so this entire thing here is called a repository to your GitHub. So now I have uploaded this index.html, a website that I made. Okay, so how do I host it? Very easy. You come to this thing called settings. You go to here, pages, settings, pages, and you will see GitHub pages right here. So the source here, you have to make it on your main branch. root folder. Make sure it's on main root folder and you save. Voila, you're done. Your website is hosted on this thing called here. But wait, where's my website? I can't see it because when you host this website, you need to give it a few minutes to actually load the GitHub to host this thing onto the website through this GitHub. So if you notice right here, whatever pages, whatever website that you upload to this GitHub pages, it will be hosted on this domain. HTTPS, your GitHub name, in here is elisemi.github.io/ by your repository name. So let's say this repository name is Xbox. So it will be Xbox assignment or my first blog, my first website, my whatever thing here. Then it will be followed by the folder name you have. So right now, we just need to wait for a few minutes for this website to be published on this domain. Okay, so let's see. Okay, it's up. This is your first website. You hosted on GitHub using GitHub pages. You officially just hosted something. So I hosted this website I made. I want to brag it to my friends. I want to show my friends, hey, I made this website. It's really nice. Can you have a look? Very easy. Copy link address, send it on your WhatsApp, send it to your friends, send it wherever you want. And once they click onto this website, they will be brought here. They will come here. Then they will see, oh, this is a website you made. It's really nice. I really like it. And you can just show off your website by hosting it on GitHub pages. So how easy is that? Just a few clicks. Settings, pages, put it on your main root folder, and then you save. Your website is ready and published right here. So far, are you all okay with this? GitHub hosting, you upload something. Can I get some feedback? If not, I think I'll be talking a bit too fast. Like you don't get anything. Are you okay with this?
Yes.
Okay, Jonathan said it's okay. Bernard, Jingshen, Xingyi. Okay, so yeah, clear. Okay, I'm happy that you all learned something. It's very easy. You just upload something to your GitHub and then you go to the settings, go to the page, you just save and your website is uploaded. Okay. Yeah, it's recorded. Okay. All right, Ken. I'll keep that in mind. Okay, so I uploaded this website. Okay, but I feel like it's a bit not nice. It's very ugly. I don't want this website anymore. It's something a dark past. I think this website is destroying my reputation. I think it's very ugly. I don't want it. So what do? You can delete your repository. How do you delete? Come to settings, scroll all the way down, delete this repository. Then how do you delete? Very easy. You just type this thing here, conform. Wait. Okay. Okay, so one thing safe about GitHub is they need your password in order to delete something or even do anything that is related to privacy stuff. You need to delete it, so you need to key in your password. So my password here, let me check. Okay, you need to delete it. Okay, confirm password. All right, I deleted my repository. Deleted. So it's no longer hosted on that website anymore. So whenever your friends go onto their website again, they cannot see anything because you have already deleted the repository. Okay, so coming back to my profile. Okay, so what you just learned just now is upload and you host your website by uploading a folder. So now let's say I have never made any website before. I have never dealt with HTML, any CSS, nothing at all. But I want a website because I want to show everyone something. This is a website. I want people to get to know more about me. You want to show your portfolio, showcase your project, showcase your artwork, or maybe you're an art student, you have a lot of drawings, you have a lot of digital art. You want to show someone, but you don't know how to show it because like nowadays, if you just upload on Instagram, it's not like people gonna see Instagram. It's like not really so professional. And you think a website can really help you. So how do you do that? you can create a website from scratch. And this can be done by using this Jekyll theme. Okay, if you remember the website just now, actually there is no styling, just simple website wordings, got no style at all, super ugly, like nothing at all. But with Jekyll, they actually have a lot of templates, ready-made templates for you. So your website can actually have different theme based on the template you choose. So how do you create a website? Very easy. Right here, you go to new again, new website, new repository. Okay, so what name? Let's say my art portfolio. Or maybe not mine, I'll just say semi art portfolio. Yes. So this is a website for me to showcase my artwork to everyone. Basically, you want to show off your artwork, okay? So you leave it on public, okay? And you can add this README file. So all this while they've been asking you, you need a README file. So what is a README file? A long description of your project. You can type a lot of things like, oh, this website is actually made for my art portfolio. I have been a student in whatever university. I like drawing and I like to showcase my work here. So create a repository right here. Okay, so you're brought here one thing here, a README file, semi-art portfolio. This is a website to showcase my artwork to everyone. Okay, but there is no website, no HTML file, no nothing at all because I don't know how to make a website. Very easy. You go back to settings. Okay, go to settings, go to pages. Okay, very easy. Choose a theme. Okay, you just come choose a theme and you will be brought to this thing called GitHub pages. So there will be a lot of templates you can choose, different theme. Okay, this is called a K-man theme, the slate theme, the Malot theme, time machine, minimal design, leap day. This is like the default design of the template. There's a hacker theme or looks like a hacker, something like that. Whatever theme you want, you just choose right here. Okay, just choose a theme you want for your website. So let's start choosing something interesting. So I like this architect theme. It's so blue and you can see the design is not bad. I think it looks nice and the wording is fine. Okay, so I want this architect theme. You just select theme. Then you will be brought to this thing called index.md. Like I explained just now, index.md is a markdown file. So for GitHub pages, they actually use markdown file, processed it, and this markdown file is processed by Jekyll to make this website for you. So you'll be brought here, index.html. Everything is ready. They have already put everything here. You just say create, created architect team index.md. I created index. Index here is actually called homepage, the homepage to your website. So I commit changes. Okay. Commit changes. Okay. Then let it load for a moment. Okay. Pages. Okay. So you can see right here, if you just straight away choose the theme and then you select the theme and you upload it, it will be on this branch called the GH pages on your root folder. Okay, then it will say your website is published here. Let's see. It's done. This is my art portfolio with a very, very nice design here. Very nice theme. Let's say you don't want this theme, you can change your theme to whatever theme you want. Okay, let's try changing it to something. Maybe this one. This one looks not bad. We select this theme. Okay, so it will say here, your site is currently using the Slack theme. Okay, Then you refresh. It should take a moment because it's not so fast. They need to host it. So what's so easy about this thing? This is a website already. You have a template. This is a website. See, a website to showcase my artwork. This is just like a default thing here. You can change this thing to whatever you want. So let's have a look at the Markdown file here. So what is so special about this Markdown file? Like how come I don't need to know HTML? When it comes to this Markdown file, let's say we click edit here, you can see it's actually just plain text, Hashtag is actually heading. You can see here. Hashtag is header 1, which means H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Okay, so we have got hashtag buttons here. So you just type hashtag and the heading, then you will get a header to the website. Bullet list, just put a dash. Numbered list, just put numbers. You want to bold it, put asterisk, double asterisk. Italic, put underscore. You want a code, you put this thing. You want someone to use the link, put some images, use this. So it's all written right here. You can just view this thing. Then everything is just right here. So let's say the default one is welcome to GitHub pages. I'll say welcome to my humble art portfolio. Okay, so let's not change any of this. Then Markdown, gonna delete this one. Here is something about myself. Okay, can you see? I scared you all cannot see. Okay, here is something about myself. Then I just put, I want numbered list, right? So bullet list. So I am a cheerful person. Okay. I hate it when people ignore me. I am currently learning about GitHub pages. Okay. So then you want to put header, right? Hashtag, hashtag, hashtag. This is history. These are my top 3 friends. Billy, Joe, Ali. Okay. Then you want to bold the text. Very easy. Just put asterisk, double asterisk. This is a very important message to everyone. Okay. I am just kidding. Right. This will be italic. Okay. Then you can type whatever you want. Today is actually a Saturday. What are you doing here? Learn this workshop. Okay, so for this URL link and images. Okay, so I don't know what link to use. Let's see. We have GitHub, Wikipedia. Let's just take this thing. Okay, so I want everyone to have a look at this thing. So how to create a link? Very easy. Just come down here. So this bracket here is the thing user will see, and then this one is the URL. You put a URL here. Click this to go to GitHub Wikipedia. Okay. You got it. This is how you insert a link in this website. So like this part is a bit messy. Okay, let's just delete this in case you all get something. Okay, so like then I need another header. Here is some code I would like to share. So like you want people to know this is actually a code. What do you use this thing? 3 of this, 3 of this, and then inside here, print lower. Okay, something like that. Okay, then commit changes, updates. You must put a message before you commit every time, so the version control can keep track of what you actually made. So I commit the changes here. Okay, I committed the changes. Okay, so like from here, you can see in this index.markdown file MD is actually a home page. You can see from here, welcome to my humble portfolio, blah, 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 blah. Then this brings you to this website. So when you come back to the page that you hosted just now and you reload, go to settings, pages, should be here. Wait, something is not working. I think I should use back the same theme. Something went wrong. Wait. Okay. Then sometimes it's really annoying because it will take a while for you to see the changes. So yesterday night I was actually testing it out. I have to wait for like 5 minutes for the changes to appear, which is quite annoying sometimes. Okay. Yeah, okay, you got it. Welcome to my humble art portfolio. This is a website for me to showcase my artwork to everyone. This is whatever I typed just now. Here is something about myself. I'm a cheerful person. I hate it when people ignore me. I'm currently learning the Github pages. This is my top 3 friends, Billy, Joe, Ali. And this is a very important message. You can see this is actually bold. Actually, you can see this like similar, but actually this is heading. This is a bold word. And then this is a paragraph. And this is italic. And then this is the link I added just now. Click this to go to GitHub Wikipedia. And this is some code. You see, if you enclose the words with this, you see, you cannot see here, It's not like this. When you edit, you can see when you enclose this thing with this three dot thing, you can see actually created like a box for it. Not sure if you can see. It's actually a box for it. It's like the code. So people can just copy this, then they can put it into their code. So let's say you want to share some coding ideas, or this is how you code whatever thing right there. And then we press here, this brings you to the link I added just now. Yeah, just like this, easy and simple. You get to create your own website. You see, it's very easy because you don't have to use any tag at all. You just need to know a little bit about how to use it. Hashtag is for header. Just put 1, 2, 3. You'll get unordered list and list items, just like HTML. And then you want it to be italic, just put this italic thing. Then you want a website, you just add this link here. So far so good, everyone. Yeah. This is how you actually make a website easily, just by creating a repository, finding a theme you want to add, and then you edit the file yourself, and you can easily get this website. Within a few minutes, you can get this thing, and you can share this link with your friends. Like, hey, check out my art portfolio. It looks really good. You can upload images, can upload whatever you want to this website you hosted. Okay, so far okay. So what we just did just now is we uploaded a website, we hosted the website, and then we created a website easily using this Jekyll theme. They have different theme, so you just explore yourself which theme you like, then you add it to your own website. You just host it like that. Are you all okay now? Like, this is the easy thing using browser on GitHub. Okay. SFSG is what? What is SFSG? Too fast? I'm good. Okay. Yuan is good. So far, so good. Okay, I'm happy to hear. So far, you're very good. Okay, so, okay, it's 3 o'clock. I think I should move on to this second part, which is the interesting topic for today, interesting one, because we will be using this Visual Studio Code and Git Bash. And I hope some of you got this thing already, because if not, you will not be able to do any of this. Okay. So coming to part 2. Okay. I'm sure everyone is ready for this part 2 thing. Part 2 thing. Okay. Part 2 is actually for us to learn about how to build a website using short form or so far so good. I see. I learned something today. SFSG. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna use Jekyll and Liquid right now. And before we move on to that, you actually need to know how to use GitHub before moving on to actually creating something with Jekyll and Liquid. So how do you use this GitHub? First thing first, like I said, you need to have a profile of your own on GitHub. Okay. And then you need your Visual Studio Code. Okay, let me close this thing first. Okay, you need your Visual Studio Code. You need your Git Bash. So I hope you all have downloaded this thing called Git Bash. You need this thing. It's actually a command line called Git Bash. So in this practical part 2 today, I just need you to have 2 things, actually 3 things: the Git Bash, Visual Studio Code, and also a GitHub account on your browser. Okay, so right here, this is your Git Bash. You open your Git Bash. Okay, so I am going to teach you how to git clone something. You need to clone something. Clone here means you make a copy of something. Okay, you want to copy this thing down. Okay, so you all can actually come to my profile. You just search for Elise Semi, and you'll get to my profile, and you come to this thing called testing blog. Or actually, easier way, I can share it in the text here. I think is it this one? Yeah, this is the thing. HTTPS GitHub, this one. Okay, so, okay, we will start this practical now. I need to clone something. So let's say you go to this GitHub page. You found this repository. You found this thing called testing blog. Very interesting. I want this thing on my local laptop. I want to work on this repository. But how do I download this thing? So you come down here, this green button here, code. You can either download it as zip file, which is going to take a while, because especially if the file is quite big, you need to load very, very long. So let's not do that today. Today we are going to do git clone. So how do you clone a repository? So let's say you see this repository, you think like, very interesting, I want to download this thing. So you come to this code. Do you see HTTPS? You copy this thing. You copy this HTTPS. Okay, then you come to your Git Bash. Okay, Git Bash. So normally it will be on this Ming W64 thing, but you just do cd ... You go back to user, and then cd your name, your desktop name. You come to desktop. Okay, this is how you do it. Cd. Let me type in the chat box. Cd ... cd your name, and you come to desktop. It's easier this way. Yeah. So you are directed to, now we are on desktop. Okay. So how do you check your name? Come to this PC, C drive, users, Elise. Yeah. Then you come to desktop. This is called the pathing way life, something like that. Yeah. So now you are now on desktop. So I want to clone this repository I just copied just now. Very easy. Git clone. Git clone. And then Control V. It doesn't work. It doesn't work with Control V. You don't use Control V here. Right click. You paste. Oh, I'm sorry. I just downloaded. Wait. I was copying something else just now. Okay, you just copy this one. Right click, paste. Okay, this is the URL I shared just now, the link. So enter git clone. Oh, sorry, I have already. Oh, sorry, wait. Because I got this thing on my local thing already, so I can't clone it. So let's say just now this one. Let's see. Okay, this one. The website I created just now. I want to clone this semi-art portfolio. Very easy. Git clone. and then you right click, paste, and you clone it, enter, cloning into semi-art portfolio. Okay, it's done. Do you see this? It's right here on your desktop, just right here. Whatever I created just now is just right here, something like that. So you just clone it. So once you clone it, you have got this testing block on your local computer. You type cd testing block. That means you want to go into this folder. That means testing block main, and you just press. Let me close first. You just press code dot, and then it will bring you to your Visual Studio Code. So let's say if you don't know how to code that way, after you clone, you don't want the CD, you just come to your this one, open folder, and then you choose the folder that you cloned just now. Should be testing block, yes, something like this. Okay. Okay, so far so good. So now we have just learned how to clone a repo. Easy as that. You just need your git bash, you clone, and then you got that thing. Then you can close your git bash. Okay, can I close it? Wait. Okay, so this is git clone. Okay, then I want all of you to know this thing: git add, git commit, and git push origin main. Okay, so but before we start out, you need to set up your GitHub on your VS Code first, because this is your first time committing something to your GitHub. Okay, I'm not going to show you because I have already linked my Visual Studio Code. Okay, thank you OYY for this note here. Okay, and then I'm not going to show you, I'm just going to show this slide here. So how do you do this first? First thing first, you come to your this VS Code, you press terminal, new terminal, new terminal, right here. So you gonna do like normally lah. Let's say I'm gonna show here lah. Actually, I can't show on my place. So let's say you clone something to your desktop, you made some changes, okay? And then you want to commit, that means you want to upload these changes to the repository. But it's your first time setting up, so you just like normally you press git add dot git commit, and then it will say author identity unknown. Please tell me who you are. Because the desktop does not know who you are and they don't know which GitHub. If your desktop is on this, okay, then if I'm not wrong, you should direct yourself to the D file, cd dot dot, then it should cd D file, maybe something like this. Wait, sorry, my command line is not that good. Should come to D file origin. Yeah, cd D. Yeah, OYY is really helpful here. Yeah. You press cd and a colon. Yes. Then it should bring you to the D file you're on. Okay. Thank you for the help, OYY. Okay. So back to this. So we want to upload this GitHub thing. They will ask you to identify yourself because they don't know who you are. They don't know you are on this thing. Yeah, actually it's just a normal command line. Okay. So moving on. So when this happen, what do you need to do? You just write this git config. Yeah, Linux, right? Yep. I remember learning it on the Ubuntu. Yeah, Linux. Thank you, OYY. Very knowledgeable person here. Thank you for helping out. Okay, so right here, so when this thing happen, you can't commit anything to your GitHub because they don't know who you are. So what do you need to do? You need to type this git config global user.email, and then you put a double quote and put in your email address, okay? Whatever email address you use for, yeah, one of the OS for the computer Ubuntu. Okay, so whatever email you use for your GitHub account, you just put in into this terminal thing here. You type in here. So you just type this thing here. I can't show you because I already set up the thing. So you just type in git config -- global user.email. You put your email address, and then they should be able to identify that you are this person on GitHub. Okay. After you press this thing, it will show you this. Make sure you have correct access right. And then it will ask you to authentic yourself. You need to identify yourself that this GitHub account is actually me. So they ask you to either use a web browser or personal access token. Personally, I've never tried a personal access token. I use the web browser. So you just press 1 and it will bring you to your default browser and you will see this thing. It will ask you to authorize your Git credential manager. That means you want to authorize your account on this GitHub. So you just authorize it and then they will ask you to log into your GitHub account and you are ready. It should work like that. So if you have any problem, please let me know in the chat box. You try to just git add something, git commit, and you should show this thing. And then you just identify yourself. Then you should it should work. Tan Chiao En, your mic is open. Right. All right. So I think you are okay. You're okay with it. I think you are okay. Okay. So I am going to show you this. Okay. Sure. Give me some time. Whoa, so big the word. Your email. Didn't know they can copy the font. No problem. You're welcome. Okay, so before actually looking at the code, I'm gonna show you the website that on this testing blog. This is nothing, just this thing. Okay, I show you all first. If you see right here, this is a navigation bar. Please, I think I need to disclaimer a bit. This website, I got no sense of design one because I'm just trying to show how it works, not the design thing. I didn't design anything. It's just a very ugly website. I just want to show how it actually works, okay? Because we don't have much time today to actually talk about the design and the CSS and styling and everything. I'm just going to show you what this Jekyll and Liquid is about. So up here is the navigation bar. And down here is the footer to your website. We have a navigation bar and a footer. And this part right here is the content of your website, okay? So I will first show you all this thing. This is actually index.md. Actually, you all don't need to follow me because I'm just trying to show you how to do that. When I do this, you all can see. Okay, so wait. Where am I? Sorry. Yeah. So before we start out with reading the code, I will show you all this is the naming convention for Jekyll website. The folder name _include _layout _SASS or assets. Okay. For includes is actually for you to put in reusable page snippets. Okay. This is for the templates. And this is for JavaScript or CSS file. So you might be a bit confused right now. I will show you. We will take a look at this part first right here. Include layouts asset. Okay, include. In this include file, you can see I got 3 HTML here: banner, footer, and navigation. So what is banner, footer, and navigation? For navigation.html, if you press in, it's actually the navigation bar, home, about. If you look back at here, home, about. Okay, and then we have footer. This is the footer. Contact us. If you look back here, contact us. This is the footer. This is the header. So what's so special about this Jekyll thing and liquid thing? You can reuse this header, this navigation and footer as many times as you want. That means you don't need to write in this source code on your every page. So let's say you have a lot of HTML files, and then if something happened to your navigation bar, something happened to your footer, you have to edit manually on every HTML file, which happened to me last semester. This semester during my website assignment, I have to edit the footer and navigation because we made some changes, and then we created like 80 HTML folders, and we have to edit it manually, and which is a headache. So what's so special about Jekyll is you can actually create footer.html, navigation.html, and you reuse it on every new page you want, just with liquid notation. So how does this work? For navigation, let's say you created this navigation. Footer, you created your footer. I want my footer to look like this, okay? This is the footer. Confirm every page on your website, the footer and header is going to look exactly the same. The only difference is the content. So right here, we have got this footer and navigation. I want it to add to like all the pages. About page, I have the same navigation, I have the same footer. Okay, so how do I do this? Okay, so now you understand includes is actually for things like a footer and navigation, something you want to reuse, which brings us to the keyword here, reusable page snippets. That means something you want to reuse throughout your entire website. You want to keep reusing this code, but you don't want to keep typing this code, but you want to use it. So you put it into this folder called includes. Okay, so layout. Layout is, if you know by the name layout is how your website is going to look like, your layout. So in this layout file, I have got this thing called default.html. Okay, default.html. If you learn HTML, this is the normal HTML design right here. HTML. This is the head, body. Okay, this is the footer, and navigation bar, and this is the header one. Okay, so let's say in your website, you want to make sure that your website, everything will use the page title. Okay, and then the H1 must be the page title, and then my navigation bar must be this navigation bar. My footer must be this footer. I will never change how the footer and navigation bar look like. So this is when we use liquid scripting language, this curly bracket. So on your nav tag here, you just put here curly brackets, percentage, include navigation.html, which is this file I created just now. Okay, you just include this navigation.html, and then for footer, you just include your footer.html. This is what we call liquid notation. And then you want to have a section here, and in this section, your content is going to be there. So there will always, so in every page, you must have a H1, a section with content, and a footer, and a navigation bar. Okay, so if you come to this website I hosted, you come to inspect, you will see that in navigation here, it is actually everything that I added to this navigation.html, it will appear there. But then on this index.markdown file, there is nothing here. Okay, Okay, I think I should explain this one first. Sorry, my bad. So this will be navigation, this will be footer, okay? So this thing is called default.html. So I create something called home.html. Okay, then I need this thing, you need to write this thing, layout. My layout, I will follow default layout, okay? Default layout. So this default layout means content will be here. This will be navigation bar, this will be footer, this will be H1. So whatever content, it will be in this section here. So for home, I created something, another layout. Home is actually for my index.md. I want the banner to be appearing on my home page. That means this banner here, I want this banner. So I want this banner, I include banner.html, and inside banner, I just type in the image source. I just want this image, that's all. Then you can reuse this banner as many times as you want in any place. Okay, you see right here, we got include banner first and then the content. So let's say I don't want the banner to be up here. I want the banner to go down. That means my content first, then only the banner. Very easy. You no need to copy this line or anything. You just take this thing, you bring it down right here. Okay. And then the banner will go down here. Will go below the content. So here we'll have a layout. This layout will be using default.html. That means it will follow this layout throughout the entire website. So when you come to creating this index.md, you have to specify here layout is actually using home layout. And then the title is building website with in GitHub. This title, if you see title inside this default.html, page.title, that means it will take this title and insert into this title here and insert into this H1 here. Okay, I think it's a bit confusing, but I will show you right now. Wait. Okay, so while we are at it, I added some changes. You see I changed this banner down here. So let's say you added some new code, you want to make changes. You just put git add dot. That means you add everything to the staging stage. Git commit dash message dash m initial commit. Okay, and then you put git push origin main. That means you want to push it. Is it origin main? Yeah, origin main. I always confuse push main origin and origin main. So I pushed up already. You see, it is uploaded. Then you come to your GitHub here. You will see I just edited 26 seconds ago. Initial commit. I added something new in this thing here. Yeah, something like that. Okay. So right here, when I reload this page, it will take a while. This thing is supposed to come down under this content, but it will take a while to reload. Okay. So this is how you name your folder name. Okay, I hope you understand this reusable thing. This is for you to put the navigation bar, the footer, and then some images, the banner that you're gonna keep reusing stuff. The things you want to reuse, you put in this include thing. And then layout is how you want the website to look like. And then asset is for you to put CSS file. Okay, so right now we're just going to wait for this thing to load. Yeah, okay, see, can you see these changes here? This is the content, and my banner just now was up here because in my here in my home.html here, I said the content would be below the banner, but now I changed the content to above the banner. That means this content is above the banner now. Then you can just change it whenever you want. Okay, so wait, what is this thing? So right here, you will be wondering what is this three line thing, and what is this layout thing, what is this thing, what is all this? So I'm gonna explain This is actually called front metals. Front metal. Front metal is a block of code that will be processed by Jekyll. When you upload it to GitHub pages, they will recognize it as a local parameter. That means it's a local variable to your website. So if you see in the code just now, in my index.md, this is my local variable. This is what we call the front metal. So in my local variable, I said that this index.html .md, the title will be building website in GitHub. But when I come to about page, I said the title is going to be about. That is the title for the about page. When I come to blog post 1, my title is about learn more about Susie. When I come to blog post 2, the title is about learn more about Lee Jong Sok. And then when I go, it's something like that. So this title here is like a local variable you set to this website. So when you are using this layout called home, you come to home here. Not home, like about we are using default.html ma. So in default.html, you can see I specify here curly brackets page.title. That means whatever title I set in the index.md, it will be on this title. That means I no need to keep renaming the title. Whenever I create a new Markdown file, I just need to write this thing here. This title for this page is going to be about. And then it will automatically put the title as about, and it will automatically put the H1 as about. As you can see here, the about page, oh my god, this thing cannot remove. Okay, the about page right here, the title is about, and this one, H1, it will be about. When you come back to home, it will be building website in GitHub. The H1 will be building website in GitHub. You don't need to manually change the title or the H1. You just write here page.title, and when you create the page, you just write here title, it will be this, title, it will be this, and it will use it manually like this. This is what we call the local variable. You add local variable to it. And then for global parameters, it's also global parameters. That means it is a variable that you want to use throughout your entire website. You put it into your config.yml. So this config.yml is something special for Markdown files and this GitHub page thing. You just write down the things that you are going to keep using. So you know, right? This website is about this carpentries. Okay, this example here is about carpentries. You know, this email address is something you are going to keep reusing and reusing and reusing. So you just write here, email is this one, Twitter account is this one. Description is always going to be the same thing. Whatever you want to keep reusing, you put it into your config.yml. It will be the email that you want to use throughout your entire website. So this email is being used in the footer. So when you come to footer, look at this. Email, mail to site.email, site.email, site.email. That means this site.email is actually taking from this config. I take site.email, I take this email, straight away I take this email. I no need to retype this email anywhere. So whenever you come to like the index here, you want to reuse this email, right? You just write there, now here, mail to site.email. So whenever you type something, you want to reuse this email again. We'd like to hear from you, site.email, site.email, site.email. Then it will automatically put in this email for you. You don't need to keep retyping your email every time, like, oh, this is my email, this is my email, this is my email, this is my email. You just write site.email, site.description. Let's say you want your about us to have a description about your website. You just write there, curly brackets, site.description. And then it will show this entire description here. You don't need to retype, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. You don't need to do that. It's already defined. This is what we call the global defined variables in this config.yml right here. So we talk about this global parameter and local parameter. Okay, so this parameters is actually just parameters defined, predefined parameters that you can keep reusing throughout your website, right? Like this email, you're just gonna keep reusing it anywhere you go. Okay, so I think it's a bit boring because we don't have pictures, so I'm gonna show you this is check out the celebrities here. So this is about Susie. Susie right here. A little bit about her, Susie, and I also made Lee Jong-soo, a little bit about him right here. Okay, so how do you make this website? Very easy. You just come to this Markdown. You create a Markdown here, blog post. Let me close this thing first. Okay, blog post. Okay, I think it will be more clear here. Okay, so I have specified that my layout will be post. Let me come to this layout called post. Okay, and then in this post, you will see this front method here is saying layout is default. That means I will be using the default layout. When you come to default layout, like I explained just now, it's always going to have a H1, content, footer, and navigation. So when you come back here, you see it's going to have a H1, navigation, footer. If you inspect your navigation bar H1, you see this section, this entire section is the unique one, the unique content in your session. Then it's always going to have a H1, a nav bar, and a footer. This is based on this default HTML layout you made. This is the layout you made. So you always follow this layout. So when you come back to this blog post one, post right here, post, okay. So in this post, you can see this is about Susie, but this is about Jong-soo. But one thing that is similar here is this thing. Author, publish on when, the age, and the gender, okay. And then for Susie, also the same. Author, publish when, the age, and also the gender, okay. Okay, so it's actually the same thing. I want to keep repeating this. So let's say this website is about me introducing all the celebrities. I want them to know about this one, this one, this one, this one. The layout and design is going to be exactly the same. I want the same thing only. I don't need copy paste. I want the same thing. That means the first thing is always going to be this thing. I'm going to start with this thing. I want this thing in every page. Okay, I want this thing. See, this one also, I want this thing. So how? I want this thing how? You go to your layout. You create something called whatever you want, post.html. So it will be using this default. Default is the one I said just now, navigation bar and the footer. That means it will always have navigation bar and footer, navigation bar and footer. Okay. So above this content, you see this content. Content is actually from this picture onward until here. This is the content. Above content, I want to have this author and publish on when and the age and gender. But you see, different page. One is about Susie, one is about Jong-soo. I don't want the name to be the same, but I want the layout to be the same. They are different people, but the layout, I want it to be the same. Very easy. You just write here, page.author, page.birthday. Actually, it's supposed to be birthday on. I didn't change that. It's the birthday. I'm my bad. Okay. Page.age, page.gender. So it is going to follow this thing on every blog post you make. So I created this one. This one is about Susie. So before I add something about Susie here, I just put this front matter here. The layout is going to be this post things. This one, this is the layout. And then in my blog post one, the title will be learn more about Susie Bay. The author is going to be me. The age, the birthday is going to be this one. Age is this one. Gender is female. Whereas when you see Jong-soo, the difference here is the birthday is different, the age is different, the gender is different. But then I want the same thing. But once you put in this layout as post, they will automatically recognize that this author, this birthday, this age and this gender, I should follow the one that is specified locally on this Markdown file. So on this local predefined parameter here, it says that the gender must be a male, the age must be 32 years old. So whenever the layout here is specified to this post HTML, it will always take the local parameter in your Markdown file. It will take the age of the one that you set in this Markdown file. It will not take like other things. So very easy. Every time you want to make another celebrity, you just change this thing up here. Learn more about this one, learn more about this one. Just change up here. Okay, easy as that. Okay, I hope you understand this part. So like this part, you can see this is the same as this one. It's same layout here, same thing. So this is what we call reusing the navigation bar, reusing the footer, reusing the layout, reusing the design thing. We don't need to code so much, just write page.email, site.email, page.author, page.stuff. Oh, I see a question I didn't see. GitHub will load the default. Okay, by default, GitHub will always host your index.md, index.html, index.md. You see, that's why the naming convention here, Kapu, okay, sorry, I didn't see your question just now. I hope you are still here. That's why the naming convention is very important. Whenever the GitHub they see your folder is called underscore include or underscore layout, it will recognize that this is actually just a reusable page snippets, and this one is a layout for your website. It will not upload that page for you because they know this is under the layout folder, this under the include folder. They will always they'll always host your index.md or index.html. And then one funny thing when I start learning about this thing is that even though it's a Markdown file, it actually support HTML as well. You can add HTML text. Do you see this? I added a break line here. They can, even though it's a Markdown file, it can also support HTML. So you can link CSS as well. So talking about linking CSS here, I think I linked one yesterday. I forgot which, where was it? Blog post something. Is it this one? Yes, this one. On this blog post too. Can you see this is actually a Markdown file, but I actually use this HTML link tag here because I want to link it to a CSS folder. And my CSS folder is in asset. So even though it's a HTML in a Markdown file, they still recognize it. They can still understand it. You can still use, you can still use HTML text on this thing. Okay, even though this is Markdown language, this is Markdown language, this is our Markdown language, but you can still use it. So I link a CSS right here. So why did I link a CSS? So you may be wondering, I can only add image. Actually, this one, right, you want to learn, you just come to README file. Is it? Yeah, README file. Normally when you open the website, they should have this README file and they will tell you how this Markdown is being used. Let's say you don't remember the syntax. Never mind, you can always go online and you search Markdown syntax. Hashtag is for header, dash is for bullet list, numbered list, bold, italic. And of course, everyone want to link something. The thing you should remember is just this. Bracket for link. And for image, you just add a exclamation mark in front for image and the source. So right here, I'm going to show you the image. The image, exclamation mark. What is this? This is alternative. Do you remember the when you put in something in HTML, let's say here image source, alternative text So this thing is actually the alternative text. This is alternate text. Okay, and then you put in the source. My picture is in image dash this image. Okay, so when you see Susie, it's just until here. The image is until here. But for Jongseok, why did I add this thing? Because I want to style it. If you realize, Jongseok image is on the middle and Suzy image is on the side. Because I didn't put any CSS on Suzy, I put some CSS on Jongseok image. Okay, so on Jongseok image, I want to add some CSS, but it's a markdown file. How do I add an image? I add a class or a ID to it. I don't know how to add. Very easy. You just put hashtag thumbnail, okay, and you link it to your CSS. When you come to your CSS, you just write here image source thumbnail. You can find this online. Actually, it's actually all online. Okay, or you can just watch back this recording, and then I put this display block for it to be on the middle. So I just styled this image just like that. Okay, let's say you find this syntax very confusing. You feel like you don't want to use this markdown syntax because we don't understand, right? All this while we have been using the HTML syntax, but then you don't want the HTML code is like super hard because like you want to use all this thing. Then you can also actually add an image using a real what do you call that? Using the HTML one. Yeah. Right here, you can also add like this image source. You can actually write HTML code onto your markdown file and it should work. Yes, it should work just fine. .jpg Suzy, right? Okay, it should just work normally. So if you all remember, how do I new terminal new, right? Git add all git meet added Suzy pick push main origin. See, I did the same mistake again. It's supposed to be origin main. Okay. So I uploaded it. So let's see the changes in a bit. It will take a while to reload. Okay, take a while to reload. Okay, so the thing that I want to tell all of you today is just that by using this Jekyll, this markdown file, this GitHub pages, you can have layout and you can have a navigation bar and footer that you can keep reusing it without actually changing it all the time. You can just reuse it, super convenient. Okay, yeah, that's for the. Oh, good question. Okay, good question. You can do that. You can do that. Good question. So how do I go? I forgot to show this. Thank you for this question. Okay, so let me close everything. It looks a bit messy. Okay, index, right? Just now, the kapu. Hopefully, it's the correct pronunciation. Go kapu. Okay. So you asked how do I go to other markdown file? Yeah, I created this Suzy and Jongseok, right? And also about very easy, same thing. The syntax here, is just bracket. This one. This is your URL, and this is what the user will see. Okay, so in HTML, we need to write index.html in order to navigate, right? But in Markdown file, very easy. You don't need to put .md. You just write this blog post 1, blog post 2, which is my Markdown file, and then about. No need .md. You just write about, and it should navigate you to that page. I think I should send this to the chat box. Okay, this is the syntax for this Markdown file. You see, this is the index, right? Just now here is this about and blog post 1, blog post 2. I just press here about. It should bring me to the about page. Okay, when I press space Suzy, it should bring me to here, which is another Markdown file, and Jongseok another Markdown file. Yeah, did you see? The changes is made. Suzy is right here with Jongseok. because even though I don't want to use this Markdown language, I can also add in HTML into this Markdown file. They will understand the syntax here, they'll understand the language. Yes, so you can mix and match this Markdown language and HTML5 together. You can mix and match as long as it's convenient to make your website or whatever website you want to make. And you link style sheet, your JavaScript, everything you can do it on this Markdown file. This is the power of this Markdown. Yeah, you're welcome, Kapoi. I'm glad you understood. Okay, so this is about reusing navigation and footer. So this is how we use the reusing thing. Right, we reuse it here. Percent curly bracket percent include the HTML. So whatever you have in this navigation.html, it will bring to this navigation here. It will bring here, it will bring here, it will bring here. So this repository testing blog is actually public. So let's say after this workshop, you really can't catch up because like for real time problem, I cannot explain too slow or too less or too fast. So you can always come back to this report here and you can clone it and can have a look at the code itself, figure it out yourself, figure out what's the difference between the includes and the layout, how you can reuse them like this, how you can reuse them on your website. Okay, so I think I have one more thing before I want to end is this list and this dictionary. So there's a liquid scripting language, just like any programming language, they have loop also. So what is this looping and dictionary thing? So in the config, right, we actually is the global predefined parameter. So I want to create a dictionary, a list. It should be a dictionary. If I'm not wrong, this is dictionary. So this is how you create a dictionary. Team members dash name row start date, name row start date, blah 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 blah. Let's say this is the team member for your assignment group, but you don't want to keep repeating this thing. You don't want to repeat the same thing. I have to keep rewriting the same thing on my website. I have to showcase everyone on my website. I have to write 26 people onto the website. I have to go on each Markdown file. It's super tedious. So we just define it on your config.yml. It's a global dictionary for you. Team members, I have Sarah, Jane, Albert, and Bunny. Okay, I want to use this thing. How do I use? You use loop. So how do you use loop in Markdown file? It's actually in this about here. So this is the team. The following people are members of our research team. Okay, this is the loop syntax. See, this is liquid notation again. You use curly bracket for, you just put one new variable name for team member in dot team members. Okay, team members is this team members. Okay, I want to write down the team member dot name, team member dot row, and the team member start date. And for this one, so this thing is the loop, and this is the thing to do in the loop. So when you come to my about, you will see it's right here. Team member name, team member role, team member start date. It will just loop everything back. It's here. So whatever you put into your config, right? You just add something new here. Then it will loop for you the start date and this thing. So you may see that actually you can use looping just like this, very easy. I'm not going to show all of you to do this because hosting it on the website, it will take a while to see the update. I don't want to like keep wasting time on waiting for it to reflect the changes. So I'm just showing it you like this. So after this workshop, you can actually play around with this this thing I created. It's not I created, I got it from somewhere else, but it's just something you can take a look at about how they use this code thing. See, this is liquid notation for loop, and this is a Markdown file, and this is how you use the global parameter on your config, and also the main thing here, the front metal. This is called the front metal thing. Okay, so I hope you all understand the concept of this learning this Jekyll and liquid thing is for you to reuse reuse your navigation bar, reuse your footer, and reuse everything. I think that's all I would like to share all of you today. So a short recap about it is that you can actually upload your existing website, you can host the website, or you can just create the website using the default Jekyll theme. Or then you can clone your repository, you can use basic GitHub commands, then you can build a website using Jekyll and Liquid. This is the I think this is something that is very useful today, the Jekyll and Liquid thing, because you can keep reusing them. Oh, I've got a question I didn't see. Every time we create a new Markdown file, we have to use gap. Oh no, not necessary. Actually, this git add and commit thing is actually something you can use after a while. Let's say okay, let's say I add a new file here called blog post. Okay, since we have got a little bit of time, blogpost.md, I created this new blog post. Okay, I copy this whole thing. It's going to be the same layout, but then this person is going to be 55 years old. Okay, so you can change the variable here. Very easy, 16 April, my birthday. Okay, can do it like this. Then you can learn more about semi, something like that. Then you just don't want the image, they put a semi, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I added something new. And then you can see every time I do some changes, you will see this thing will change color one. Okay, or maybe here on Suzy, I don't want this name, I don't want the dash, I change something. This is how you code, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I change something, then I save. Then you will see like it changed color, orange and green. That means some changes is being made already. So you can just do your work, just keep doing. And then once you're done, I want to upload it to GitHub. Then you use this git command. Just use not split terminal, sorry. New terminal, git add, git add, and then git commit. You must always have a commit message. So let's say this is a group work. So I made this thing. Sammy added a new blog post 3.md, and then I put a push origin main. Okay, I push it out. That means whatever changes I made just now, I push out already. I push out. So when my member come to this repository, they will see here 16 seconds, 14 seconds ago, I made these changes to this thing, or Sammy added this one, or maybe if your friends or Jordan added this, who added this, you can see the difference here. So talking about working with your friends, you need your friends to be a contributor or collaborator first before you can actually let them commit to your website. So how do you do this? Manage access. Then you can add people. So like we got friends. I think I have a friend. I don't know, whatever friend. So let's say your friend got a GitHub account. You just add them as a collaborator. So I think you are curious about sharing things with your friends. So once you share this repository with your friend, your friend should get this. At least Sammy has invited you to collab on this repository. So you just accept this invitation, and your friend will have access to this repository with you, along with you, together with you. And then you can work on this GitHub together, can work on this code together. Then whatever changes you made on your local file, you just commit it and your friend can see. I'm not sure if that answers your question, if you understand. It's like something, whatever changes you make, you can just upload. Yeah, can just upload. Okay, so like stranger, they can see one like I don't think I want to explain this because no time really. Yeah, so basically whatever changes you made you can see one distinct change color because they recognize something is being changed here. So one thing about GitHub with your friends is the merging problem. So let's say if you add something here, then your friend also add something here. When you combine together, something is bad is going to happen because two people code is going to be at the same place, and then you will have merging problem, and then your file is gonna get messy. So one thing I advise you, if you want to collab with your friend, you should first say properly, like you can make on this can make like a comment or this is or how do you make comment already yeah, make comment, yeah, this is a semi code, okay, alright, until here. So whenever you start something with your friend, I advise you to just make comment first. This is Jordan's code, and this one is Ali's code, okay? So under here, Ali will do whatever changes here, and I will do whatever changes here. I think you can't see it. Okay, then Jordan will do whatever changes here. And when we commit to this GitHub, we won't have merging problem because everyone is dealing with their own place. Our sign up form will be in a while. I think that's all for today. Let me just end this thing. After lucky draw, okay. I think I dragged the time a bit too long, so I hope everyone learned something today. I will try to share this slide with our technical team or something like that so they can share with you all. So I hope you all learned something today, and practice makes perfect. You can try it out yourself, okay? Any question you can ask me, and thank you for your time. I hope you learned something today. I think that's all for me. Yeah, I hope you learned something today. This is about GitHub, collaborative stuff and everything. Yeah. That's all from me. Thank you. I hope you enjoy. Let me stop sharing my screen. Yeah, thank you. I think okay, happy to see the feedback. Thank you for listening to me for 2 hours. Okay, I hope you learned something. Okay, look back at the recording if you can't catch up or something like that. I will pass back to our MC today, Yongjie. Thank you. Hope to see all of you again.
Okay, thank you for Sammy, kind sharing. So I will proceed to the next, which